What's up guys, FPS Psycho here, bringing you all another video. Today, I'm going to be giving you a no-nonsense, just simple, easy guide for the ice staff. Now I'm going to be telling you how to make it and also upgrade it in this video. So, very simple. To start off, you want to collect the white record that you need in order to use on the gramophone to get to your Agarthan portals. Now this record can be found around the excavation site, either right next to Pap or around like the perimeter of the site, like towards where the church path is, coming back down towards the excavation site. Then you'll want to collect the gramophone from underneath the pack-a-punch in the excavation site. Now this will be just laying there for you right next to where you'll need to place it in order to go down into the excavation site itself. So both the first two steps are very simple, but you'll need to repeat this for every single staff you want to make, because you can't make a staff without having these two key steps. Now you'll want to collect the ice staff record next, which is the blue disc, and this can be found inside the tank station near generator 2 on one of the shelves. It could be in any of the 3 possible shelves in there, but it will definitely be in there no matter what. Now next you'll want to collect the 3 staff pieces. Now these are all really simple, but you must make sure you have snow in the map, otherwise you cannot pick these up. So you're going to use dig sites around the map to dig them up in certain areas. The first one you'll want to be going for is by the starting area, so that's anywhere from spawn to gen 3 or spawn to gen 2. Just dig up sites around there and you'll get the first part. The second part will be around the middle area of the map, so around excavation site, and you'll want to dig somewhere around there and eventually you'll get a part. And the third and final staff part you'll need is at the church. Now if you just dig anywhere around church, anywhere from about gen 4 to church, then you'll be fine. After you got the 3 parts, you'll want to go into the crazy place using the gramophone you picked up earlier, and you'll want to go over to generator 6, also known as the church, and enter the ice bunker down there. Then once you enter the crazy place, you'll see a blue altar, which is the ice altar, and you'll want to pick up the gem from there. Then come on back from the crazy place and come down to the excavation site underneath Pack-a-Punch, and you'll be able to build your ice staff simply underneath the excavation site in the blue ice pedestal. Now once this has been made, we can actually start upgrading it. So the first step is the ice puzzle. Now at first glance you may be thinking, what the hell are these symbols? I'm never going to understand this, but on screen right now you will see a image that just tells you the combinations of each of the symbols and what they mean. So you'll need to go over to the crazy place and go next to where the ice portal is, and you'll want to use the codes that are on screen right now to help you. And just remember, these codes spawn in a random order each game, so they won't be the same as mine. So you want to look at the code that's on the wall and then shoot the corresponding one on the ceiling of the ice area. And you'll have to do this around 6 times, I believe, and once that's done, you'll get a notification sound letting you know that you've done it correctly. So then you'll want to return from the crazy place, come back into the map, and you'll want to look around the map for these 3 tombstones that you'll be able to shoot with your ice staff and then shoot with a gun that fires only bullets, not pack-a-punch, to destroy the tombstones themselves. So the first one will be to the right of the MP40 near generator 4. The second will be between the excavation site and the giant footprint that's on the ground close to generator 4, and the final tombstone will be on top of the small hill when going right from the back exit of the bunker next to generator 2, next to the downed mech's hand and tank location. So once you've shot each of these with your ice staff and then with a gun that fires, make sure it is bullets as well, not pack-a-punch, you'll then want to go back to the excavation site and align the 115 rings and turn all of them blue by turning the levers that are throughout the area in the excavation site. So you'll then want to go underneath the 115 rings in the excavation site, very simple, and just shoot the blue ball that will be glowing with your ice staff, and then it will levitate into the air and go into the crazy place. And surprisingly, you'll have to go in the crazy place as well, and once you go into the crazy place, you just want to place your ice staff into the altar where you picked up your ice crystal, and once you've placed the ice staff in, you'll need to get around 20 zombie kills whilst being in the crazy place. And the good thing is you don't have to be right next next to it, you could be anywhere in the crazy place and it will count. And once you've got the 20 or so kills, it will give you a prompt letting you know you've fully upgraded it, and you'll be able to have Old's Arrow. What's up guys, FPS Psycho here, bringing you all a lightning staff easy build and upgrade tutorial. This is going to be as simple and easy as possible, and there will be a text version down in the description if you guys need help with it. So without any further ado, let's just get straight into this. Now first, and you'll have to repeat this step throughout every single staff upgrade, you'll want to collect the white record, which will be used in the gramophone for when you go over to the crazy place, but you'll want to collect the white record to access the lower levels of the excavation site. It is found around the excavation site, either right next to the Pack-a-Punch itself or around the perimeter of the site. For example, by the path that comes from church straight into where the excavation site is right there. There will be a spawn location right there. But if you just have a look around, then it would be pretty simple to find. You'll get a prompt saying hold X for part or whatever, and boom. Next you'll want to collect a gramophone, and this is found underneath Pack-a-Punch in the center by the excavation site. Now there's two possible locations. It will just literally be on each side of this bench, really simple, and you'll be able to pick that up, place it down, and you'll be able to enter underneath the excavation site itself, where you'll be able to build all your staves. So now you've got the white record and gramophone, you will want to go over to generator 4. Now the lightning disc is going to be somewhere around there. It can spawn either inside the tunnel near the wind gateway to the crazy place, so down there, or it could possibly spawn on the bandwagon to the left when entering the tunnel, or it could be on the table next to the Wonder Fizz machine. So 3 different spots, all of them fairly easy to spot. Just make sure you go down by the wind if you can't find the other disc spawn and it's in that area, because trust me, I've found it to be there quite a lot. But the next 3 parts, however, these can be collected by riding the tank. Very simple principle, you just have to ride the tank and get off at certain points. Now the first one is on the way from church to the tank station. There'll be a wooden cut-off staircase on the right before the trench to generator 2, and as you see, the part will just be waiting there for you. The second is on the way from tank station to church, and this will be a cut-off wooden scaffolding on the left linked to the excavation site. So you'll see it right there as you're going past on the tank, as you see on screen. And this will lead the player to a small hole where they can pick up the staff part. And finally, the third part is on the way from tank station to church, so on the other way back this time. There will be a dirt path just before the church, and on the right that leads up to an upper level of the church where the staff part can be picked up. So essentially you're just going round to the back of the church, and right next to it you'll be able to just jump off the tank and boom, get on there. But now you've got every single part, you'll want to go into the crazy place, and make sure you definitely have the disc before you do this, and you go through the lightning bunker, which is next to generator 5. Otherwise the part will not actually open and the altar will stay shut inside of the crazy place. So essentially you want to go into the crazy place at generator 5, going through that lightning bunker, and you'll want to pick up the lightning crystal from the lightning altar, and you'll be able to return to the excavation site and build your staff in the lightning pedestal. So that's all the parts to build the regular lightning staff. Personally, it's not the greatest staff, but still, if you guys want to make it, there you go. That's how to build it. But now we're going to get into the upgrade. Now this thing is pretty simple, except for the second part, which we'll get onto, but I've made it very, very simple for you guys, because I've seen some tutorials where they don't actually explain it all that well, so I thought I'd do my best to do that for you. So first you'll want to go into the crazy place. You can enter any portal, just to reiterate, but you want to head over to the lightning area, and you'll see a purple glowing piano, and you'll need to enter the 3 codes according to the image that's on screen right now. So the first code is going to be 136, the second is 357, and the third is 246. And once you've done this, you'll get a noise signifying you've done it correctly. And if you fail, just wait for it to run out, or wait till the next round I think it is, and just retry it and you should be good. But after that, you'll need to leave Agartha and change all 8 of the electrical terminals around the map. Now this is step 2 of the upgrade, and it can be quite difficult for people that don't know what they're doing and they don't have the proper help. So the amount of turns for each area is as follows. Now I've written down every single area in particular and how many times you have to turn the dials on the generator electric panels. For the one that's next to generator 5, you'll want to turn that 3 times so that it points downwards. The one at the basement of the church next to the torch with the number 3, you'll want to turn 2 times so it points right. The one upstairs of church, which is next to the repairable window and the fire code, you want to turn that once so that it turns up. The one next to the wind tunnel, to the right of its entrance, you'll want to turn it 2 times so that it points up. The one in the spawn room at the bottom of the stairs, you'll want to turn 2 times so that it points downwards. The one at tank station to the left of the back door, you want to turn 3 times so that it points downwards. And finally, the one behind excavation site facing you as you leave the church, you want to turn that 3 times so that it points upwards. And you can do this at any point in the game, so if you do this beforehand and turn all of them, when you get onto the step it will immediately be finished. So once you've done all 8, you should hear a noise letting you know that you've done it right. If not, just go over all 8 terminals again and check them and make sure that you've, turned them all to the right places. Just double check each one, and eventually you will get it. After you've done that, you'll want to enter the excavation site and turn each of the 115 rings so they are all purple, using the levers that are around the lower excavation site. Once you've done that, you'll want to go to the bottom of excavation site where you build all the staffs, and you'll want to shoot the orb at the bottom of the 115 rings, as you see, and do that with your lightning staff, of course, and it should float up into the air and go to the crazy place. And finally, the final step to upgrading the lightning staff, you want to go into the crazy place, place your lightning staff into the lightning altar where you got your lightning crystal from earlier on when making the regular version of the lightning staff, and then you want to get around 20 zombie kills using any weapon, just as long as you're in the crazy place, and eventually you'll get a prompt on screen letting you know that you have filled up your lightning staff and it will be upgraded, and that will give you Kimat's Bite. Right, what's up guys, FPS Psycho here. Today, simple, easy tutorial for the fire staff and how to upgrade it on Origins Zombies Chronicles. Now first, and you'll have to repeat this step throughout every single staff upgrade, you'll want to collect the white record, which will be used in the gramophone for when you go over to the crazy place, but you'll want to collect the white record to access the lower levels of the excavation site. It is found around the excavation site, either right next to the pack-a-punch itself or around the perimeter of the site. For example, by the path that comes from church straight into where the excavation site is right there. There will be a spawn location right there. But if you just have a look around, then it would be pretty simple to find. You'll get a prompt saying hold X for part or whatever, and boom. Next you'll want to collect a gramophone, and this is found underneath Pack-a-Punch in the center by the excavation site. Now there's 2 possible locations. It will just literally be on each side of this bench, really simple, and you'll be able to pick that up, place it down, and you'll be able to enter underneath the excavation site itself, where you'll be able to build all your staffs. Next is the first part of the fire staff, and this is the fire staff record or disc. This will be near the church, either on some boxes between the tank and staircase going up, on the benches of the church opposite of the basin where you cleanse the stone for G-strikes, or on some boxes next to generator 6. Now these are the 3 possible locations. It will be in one of these guaranteed. Just make sure you're checking all around generator 6 and you'll be perfectly fine. It's pretty easy to see because it's a red disc, so it stands out, but I'm sure you guys will get it. So next you'll want to go to the fire portal, which is in between spawn and generator 3, and you'll want to enter the crazy place using the gramophone, and you'll be able to collect your gem from the fire altar that is in the crazy place. Next you'll want to come on back. Obviously you don't have to do this in order, but make sure you do get the disc before you pick up your gem, because it won't work and it will be locked off. Also make sure you go through the fire bunker to get your gem, because otherwise it will not work. But to collect the 3 base staff parts, you'll need the first one by shooting a glowing red plane in the sky with a gun with bullets, and this is specifically not pack-a-punch or explosive bullets, just regular bullets. And then the part will float down next to where the soul box closest to the excavation site next to generator 4 and the wind tunnel is. This won't spawn in as well unless generator 6 is open, so to get that plane part you must make sure generator 6 has been opened. The second is by destroying the Panzer Soldat on round 8. Pretty simple, you just gotta make sure you kill that big boy and you will get the part. And the third and final part is by powering generator 6, which is also known as the church, on, and after it is turned on, the part will spawn in the reward box next to the generator. Then you'll be able to go down to the excavation site and craft the fire staff in the base of it and in the pedestal. Now we're going to be talking about how to upgrade the fire staff, because once you've done that, you'll be ready to go. So first, you'll want to enter the crazy place. Doesn't matter which portal you go through, just go through to the crazy place. And you'll want to go over to where the fire area is, and you'll see on the ground there's like fire coming out of these grates in the floor, and you'll want to get around 25 kills while standing on there or so. And you'll see that the fire cups will start filling up and becoming lit with fire. So you'll want to keep on getting kills until all 4 of these are done, and when they are done, you'll get a notification sound saying that it's complete. Once you've done that step, very simple, you'll just want to leave the crazy place and go upstairs into the church by generator 6. Now you'll see some codes on the wall. Now this is where it does get quite difficult, but as long as you pay attention, you'll be absolutely fine, trust me. So just use this image on screen right now with the specific codes. That will give you the translations for which codes you have, but you'll see on the walls there'll be 4 codes. The first 3 are the ones that you're going to need for going from left to right. Ignore the one that's on the far right, because that means 4, and it always means 4. And 4 corresponds to the blood torch down below by the tank. Once you know the codes that you have, you want to go down underneath the church into the tank area where you'll originally have the tank spawn, and you'll want to shoot all of the torches that are around there that have numbers on them corresponding to the numbers you got from translating your codes. Now remember that the 4th number that you have will be the blood torch, so just remember that. So once you've shot the 3 numbers, you'll then want to shoot the blood torch. And if you shoot all 4 of these, then you should get a notification sound, and boom, you've done it correctly. So once you've done that, very simple, you just want to go back to the excavation site and do the same thing that you do for the other staffs, where you align the 115 rings and turn all of them red this time by turning the levers that are around the area. Once you've done that, a red glowing orb will spawn at the bottom of the 115 rings, and you'll want to shoot that with the fire staff, and it will float off to the crazy place. So then, obviously, go towards the crazy place, go in there, put the fire staff into the altar where you picked up your crystal from, and get around 20 zombie kills or so with any weapon as long as you're in the crazy place, and eventually you will have the upgraded fire staff. Right, what's up guys, FPS Psycho here, bringing you all another tutorial. Now we're going to be teaching you guys how to get the wind staff extremely simply on Origins Zombies Chronicles. Now first, and you'll have to repeat this step throughout every single staff upgrade, you'll want to collect the white record, which will be used in the gramophone for when you go over to the crazy place, but you'll want to collect the white record to access the lower levels of the excavation site. It is found around the excavation site, either right next to the Pack-a-Punch itself, or around the perimeter of the site. For example, by the path that comes from church straight into where the excavation site is right there. There will be a spawn location right there. But if you just have a look around, then it would be pretty simple to find. You'll get a prompt saying hold X for part or whatever, and boom. Next you'll want to collect a gramophone, and this is found underneath Pack-a-Punch in the center by the excavation site. Now there's 2 possible locations, it will just literally be on each side of this bench, really simple, and you'll be able to pick that up, place it down, and you'll be able to enter underneath the excavation site itself, where you'll be able to build all your stabs. Next, now this is important to do this first before getting the gem/crystal, is collect the wind disc from near generator 5. Now, these are the possible spawn locations. It can either spawn on the broken wall to the right of where Stamina is, or on the boxes near the entrance to the lightning tunnel, or actually in the lightning tunnel itself on the table at the entrance when you enter the lightning tunnel. Now, very simple, collect all 3 parts, and to do this, it's extremely simple. You just have to make sure you time it right. Enter each of the 3 robots' feet. Now you can only enter the feet if the foot is glowing yellow, and there are 2 possible places for each foot. So just make sure you keep an eye out for those robots coming and try and get that done whilst you're, playing the rounds and going through. Because this can be all RNG based, which is random number generated, because Origins does seem to work off RNG quite a lot. Once you have these 3 parts, you'll be able to go and enter the crazy place, or you could do this before the 3 parts, however, because as long as you have the disc then it doesn't matter. But you get the disc and then you'll enter the crazy place after you've had the parts if you want to, but enter the crazy place via the wind bunker. Now the wind bunker is next to generator 4 on the left as you're going through from the middle of the map, and pick up the wind crystal from the wind altar inside the crazy place. Then head on back down to the excavation site and you'll be able to craft your wind staff at the wind pedestal underneath excavation. Once you've done this, you'll be ready to move on to the wind staff upgrade quest. Now this personally is really simple because the first step is the same every single game, and in fact the second one technically is as well. So to do this, you'll need to enter the crazy place and shoot the symbols on the ceiling of the wind area in the order shown on screen right now. This order never changes, so it's super easy to do, but they will spawn in different places, but they'll still be in the same order when you finish them. And remember, this is in the wind area of the crazy place. Once you've done that though, you'll want to head on back to the main area of the map and you'll have to shoot 3 balls, I know, balls, very immature, but of smoke, so that the smoke is facing towards the excavation site. The first ball is found at generator 4, the second is next to the tank's returning pathway to the church, and the third is in front of generator 5 by the destroyed tank. Once you've shot all 3 of these smoky balls, there will be a glow in the sky going vertically through the excavation site, and you'll need to go down into the excavation site and align all 3 of the 115 rings so that they're all yellow, and you do this by using the levers and turning them until every single one is yellow, and boom, there will be a orb at the bottom of the 115 rings, and you just want to shoot that with your wind staff and it will fly up into the crazy place. Then you'll want to go into the crazy place yourself, and boom, you can place your wind staff into the pedestal where you got the crystal from and get around 20 zombie kills with any weapon, doesn't matter which weapon. It can be another staff, can be anything, obviously not the wind staff though. And once you've got around 20 kills anywhere in the crazy place with any weapon, you will eventually have your wind staff upgraded. So hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. Simple, easy, quick, and just hopefully simple to remember. But I will have a text version of this in the description if you didn't follow. But of course, pause at any point if you feel like you get a bit confused. Perfectly fine. But yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, smash that like button, it really shows me how much you're enjoying the tutorials. Also, smash subscribe if you want to see some more simple, easy and fun gameplay from me and tutorials that are really clear and easy to understand. But I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Peace.